Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. All right, let me get my screen sorted. Hopefully, we get some people joining while I'm getting this done. Whoops. Okay. All righty, here we go. I'm almost there. It has been very cool to see all the huge amount of comments coming through. Lots of people have felt in the dark when it comes to protein. And my gosh, you guys, so many of you commented on the day one video about how many of the areas of health need attention for you. A lot of you were saying energy. A lot of you were saying, what were the most popular ones? A lot of you were saying, gosh, I've got a mental blank now, but there were so many comments. And a lot of you were actually saying that you could probably tick near all of them, which is, it's great in a way because that actually helps you to recognize that there's a lot of progress that you could be making that's just there at your fingertips. The more, the more areas of health that seem to be dwindling for you, the greater contrast you're going to feel when you start to address those issues. And I commented back, I replied to a few of those people with a bit of a challenge to get back to basics. If you are feeling just a whole slew of areas of health that need attention, then I challenge you to get back to the basics. Think about water intake, good quality filtered water intake. Think about movement each day. Think about sleep. Like if you can get, I know it's a bit of it's a number that I've pulled out of the air, but 10 nights of 10 hours sleep a night, if you can hit that, I think you might be amazed at how much difference it will make to your life. So sunshine, sleep, water, movement, and of course, nourishment. If you can just pick one of those things and do that for this coming week, if it all feels too much to do the whole list, and then the next week, add one more thing. And for those people who said they were really feeling, the whole list of symptoms and areas of health that we were talking about on day one, that is what I would challenge you to do. And of course, play with adding more protein into that nourishment. I would love to hear how people go. Hey, Elaine. Thank you. Welcome back to you. All right. So let me come over here. I'm just going to admit someone that's trying to get in. There we go. Okay, so welcome back for those who have just joined. Today is all about how much protein you're actually eating. Like, let's identify let's get some awareness of what you're actually getting into your body on a regular basis. It's going to be different day to day, of course, but it's just nice to get a ballpark, right? So day one was about all the roles and benefits of protein. Day two was, oh my gosh. Do you know what? The reason I'm a bit off today, my daughter, Sophia, she's 13. She came off a horse and it seems as though she's actually fractured her tailbone, her coccyx. And the poor thing, she is in a lot of pain. And we've had appointments and another one straight after this. And so I'm feeling a little bit less prepared than I would like to be today. But so my brain is kind of going all over the place. So forgive me, you guys. Day two, of course, was about how much do I need, of course. Okay, my gosh. Wow, I should just start this again. So day one was about the roles and benefits of protein. Day two was about talk about targets. We got our calculators out. We figured out your particular stage of life and your unique needs. What does that look like in terms of your protein requirements? And today we're going to figure out like how much are you getting in on the regular? Okay, now I got that out. We can actually start. My gosh. Okay. So I'm going to put this on our screen here. Day 3 of our protein challenge. Okay, here we go. How much are you actually eating? Let's find out. Now, you guys, I have made, for those who have done the fiber challenge, you'll be familiar with this little poster. The poster that you've seen in the past is all about fiber, and the feedback we've gotten about this poster is phenomenal, so much so that we actually printed big what are they, A1 posters or something like that, big posters that you can put inside your pantry door to help you get familiar with how much fiber you're having. Now, of course, I've made another one, but this time for protein. Sadie loves it. She knows it. So, guys, it's obviously going to be too small on screen for you right now. I'm going to post it in the group in a moment, and you'll be able to have a really good, thorough look through and just think about your habitual daily food intake on an average day, and then it's going to make it easy for you to figure out how much protein you're actually getting. Here's a bit of a close-up. So here are some plant-based sources of protein. There's a lot more of those than there are of the animal-based, and that's great. And so you'll be able to have a flick through. I wish that I had, because I was quite rushed with all the happenings of the last 24 hours with broken bones. I didn't I wanted to spend more time on this. I forgot to put bananas and avocado on there as well. They're both 1.3 grams for a half avocado and a full banana. So there you go, guys. That's plant-based, and here's animal-based. Now, of course, you're going to get a whole lot more, I guess you could call it bang for your buck with animal-based protein in terms of the vast volume that is in, say, one chicken breast or, a piece of steak, for example. But it's completely possible to get all of your protein requirements from plant-based sources as well. You just need to be a little bit more strategic and a little bit more thoughtful about how you go about it. And at the Q&A on the weekend, I'm going to cover the question that Kerry asked yesterday. Was all about this theory about incomplete proteins in plants and how we need to complement incomplete proteins, say, put a brown rice with a different type of food that have different amino acid profiles and put them together to make them complete. That's just not so, thankfully, because that's quite complicated, right? We just want to keep it simple, and we don't need to worry about incomplete proteins. But if you're interested in that, tune into the Q&A on the weekend. But as for now, you guys, this is just going to help you so much to figure out what you're actually having. So here's some ideas for how you can go about a typical day. For example, this is not going to meet the needs of like the very higher end of those special need groups that we spoke about yesterday, but it's going to give a nice robust amount of protein for those who fall in the sort of the regular category. So you can start your day with breakfast being either a smoothie or a couple of eggs on whole grain toast. I've just chosen two very popular breakfasts there. So that's about 22 grams of protein. Now, with like the smoothie that I know of, that the stacked smoothie that I know of that is the highest in protein is actually the perimeno smoothie. And we spoke about yesterday the great need that women going through perimenopause or even postmenopause have for protein. And it's actually 27 grams in that smoothie. And yeah, that was very strategic. That was there for a reason. But if you're having a typical, really, really well-crafted smoothie, then you can aim for about that amount. Now, lunch, if you go for, say, half a cup of brown rice, a third a cup of tuna, a cup of salad, I often have these little, they're not quite Buddha bowls, but they're just like a bowl of rice and tuna and salad. That's kind of a go-to for me on a day where I don't have leftovers. I much prefer to have leftovers, but that's just, rice I always have on hand in the fridge. Tuna's always on hand in the pantry, or mackerel is even better. And then, just throw a cup of salad in there, whatever you've got in the fridge, and 3 tablespoons-ish of avocado. I usually don't like to throw a good fat on there. That's, 19 grams right there. And then for a snack, you might just grab some hummus and dip in half a carrot with it or something like that. That's, about 4.5. And dinner, I'm just kind of going to go for a typical family-friendly dinner. Let's say lasagna with a cup of salad on the side. That's another 21.5. So total, that's going to give us about 67 grams. And before you freak out, because I know a lot of you were shooting for higher than that, we do need then to consider, well, that's only one snack for the day. If you want to have another snack, then you could bump that up even more. that hummus and carrot is quite low. You could probably find a snack that's higher. Consult your posted chart for that. There's some great ideas there. Even yogurt, like a cup of yogurt is insane. Like Greek yogurt is very high in protein. So you might have some Greek yogurt with some almonds on top for a snack or for dessert. Or you might have a chia pudding, which is actually, I think, 8 grams of protein right there, just for a snack or dessert. So it really is quite possible to like boost up outside of your main meals with your snacks and dessert. It is really quite possible to boost that up quite a lot more. And now this is the part of the presentation that doesn't look as pretty. And remember, now I just saw that a couple of people just joined. For those who just joined, my daughter fell off a horse and looks like she's broken her coccyx. So we've had kind of a whirlwind 24 hours with appointments and here, there, and everywhere. I got another one straight after this. And so I wasn't able to quite finish doing what I wanted to do for this, which was giving you a whole bunch of ideas for combinations of foods, like a meal that would be quite high in protein. So I have quite a lot here, and I'm probably just going to dump them on an A4 sheet of paper for you rather than having to bother making them all pretty for you, because you don't actually really need that, do you? So I will just make that available to you today along with that poster that I showed you so that you can get some inspiration. You might not like all of those ideas. That's okay. There's a black bean burrito bowl there. These are all plant-based ones. And then on the next slide, there's, for those who have both animal and plant-based sources of protein, then there's combinations of those as well. There's so many there. And I'm going to make sure that I get that to you. And I'm sorry that it's not all pretty like the other ones. But it's going to help you have just a ton of ideas of how you can go about tackling your unique protein intake target. But this one here is going to be a really good reference point for you to go back to again and again, even just when you're looking at, okay, I'm making dinner tonight. Out of interest, how much protein is in there? And again, I just want to stress what I said yesterday, that we don't need to obsess about this. This is something that is just going to help us gain some type of awareness around what our benchmark is currently. So, guys, today's a short one, and I wanted to encourage you to use whatever time you thought you might actually need for the rest of our time together to actually go through this poster. I will right now, just after I get off this call, I'm going to post this in the group for you so that you can just dive right into it. But I have realized there was a couple of other things that I wanted to talk about in this video. And the first is the importance of when we eat our protein. It's basically, let's just not have all of our protein in one go right in the middle of the day or right at the beginning of the day in just one big chunk. Our body actually needs consistent, regular intake of protein throughout the day. So what Carrie said yesterday, Carrie said that her mum always taught her to have a little bit of protein with every meal. And I think that's a fantastic way to go about it. And the reason, I'm going to give you some reasons why that is. One, our body doesn't actually store protein very well at all. And the reason for that is, sorry, I just got, hey, Carrie, oh, that's a shame. Sorry about that, Carrie. Our body doesn't store protein very well at all. We do have a little pool of protein or amino acids that we maintain inside of our body. And that's a bit of a spoiler alert for you, Carrie, for the Q&A about the incomplete proteins. That little pool of amino acids that our body can store is the way that our body then mixes and matches incomplete proteins for us. We don't need to worry about doing that. But that pool of amino acids, it needs constant replenishment. It's not something that will just sit there ready to go for quite a long time. We just need a little, like, regular inputs of protein throughout the day. But there is also this concept called protein synthesis limit. And that basically just means that there's a limit to how much protein our body can actually process in one sitting. And so we don't want to have 100 grams of protein for brekkie because our body just can't synthesize it. It can't modulate it through our body. So we just have to just do a little bit at a time, like I keep repeating myself, I know. So I think that's all I wanted to cover today, you guys. It's a very quick one today. Go ahead and use the rest of your time to go through that chart that I'll post in the group right now. And I'm sorry that I'm a bit all over the place today. Yeah, for those who just joined, my daughter fell off a horse and we've got lots of appointments. She's probably broken her coccyx. Sadie says, will the charts be available to purchase at the end of the challenge? Probably not, Sadie. I mean, maybe I can do a downloadable version for you, like a PDF, and variations of this one. But I don't think we'll print them off again. We had to print hundreds of them off last time, and we've still got some of the last print run of the fiber challenge sitting there ready to go. So I don't think we'll print this one off, but I can probably get a high quality downloadable for you if you then wanted to go and print it at Officeworks or somewhere like that. Let me know if that's something that you'd like. And thanks, Cheryl and Kerry and Elaine. That's lovely. I feel like I might need to re-record this one when my brain's put together in the morning afterwards. I'm a little bit skewiff. Thank you for joining me today, and good luck with calculating your protein. Later on, I do actually also have a bunch of links to recipes that are quite high protein, but it's just going to take me a little while to get them together in a format that I can give to you. And that's what I also wanted to get together before this session, but didn't as well. But thank you for the feedback about printing the poster, making it downloadable for printing off for you for your pantry door or wherever you want to put it. And have a great day. Let me know in the comments. Now, remember, I'm going to draw the winners of day 1 and 2 later on today. But if you want to go on the draw to win a 1.2 kilo chalk protein blend for today's video, then just put in the comments, of course, what you've calculated your average daily intake of protein currently is. I would love to hear, and maybe how far away you are from your target. You might be over, you might be smack on, or you might need a bit of a boost. All right, let me know, you guys. I'm looking forward to reading the comments, and have a fantastic day. Bye.